Hello, how is everybody today? It is time to do a path guide for Shortcut. I haven't played Trap Team in about 2 weeks, and that's about when I got Shortcut. Let's get right to it. I have the money. First off, right when you put him on, you notice how silly he is. Look at those silly eyes. One's bigger than the other. The other thing that's really cool, and I bet most people wouldn't pick up, look at the scissors. You can see the reflection of his face on his scissors. Kind of looks like he has two faces. So that's pretty cool too. In this video, we're going to look at the top path only. I will do a video of the bottom path. Then I will let you know which path I think is the best. The first thing he does is his scissors. Cool thing about that is it sounds exactly like scissors would sound. Excuse me, I had to burp. So that's that. And second of all, he has little mini baby shortcuts, which we have seen several other times in Skylanders. Which brings me to this point. I might actually do a separate video about this. It's getting very hard to make a unique Skylander because there's so many. Eventually you're going to notice similarities, similar upgrades, all that kind of stuff.
Ready for another
Countdown, Sonic Boom, there's so many. Double Trouble. They have the 3 minis. Alright, let's get started. Rapidly press X to go into a cutting frenzy.
Hyperactive! Cut loose!
That is very cool. As long as you hold it down, he keeps doing it over and over. So you can do this. As long as you can push the X button very fast and your thumb doesn't get tired, you can do it forever. So that's pretty cool.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
Press Y to shoot a nether needle and pull enemies in closer. Never like the attacks where you pull enemies in, because all it does is makes it easier for them to hit you. Kind of like Wildfire's thing with his hand, where he pulls them in. Doesn't do much. I don't like it.
Sheer power!
He said sheer power, that's funny. So there it is. If you just shot that and you didn't pull him in, that'd be much better in my opinion. Don't like the whole pulling in part of that upgrade. Okay, I didn't read it, but basically you cut the string of one of your puppets and they go into...
Looking fit and trim!
I have to look it up again. See, look at the glasses. You can see his reflection. So cool. Okay, cut a puppet's strings with traptanium scissors to make it faster. Oops. Okay, that is very cool. I thought you could only cut one of them, but you can actually cut all 3 of their strings and make them all powerful. You can tell if they're more powerful because, oops, they have a cloud around them. So that's very cool. I was watching someone else's upgrade video, and they only did one. But that's cool, you can do all three. So we'll check them out when we do a little bit of gameplay.
For another
Hold X and release to cut open a rift into another dimension. So we're going to go with this one because this is the top path video.
Sheer power! Sheer power!
That is very cool and it doesn't take long. Let's count it. Ready? 1. Let me do that better. 1, 2. It's like a second. That's very cool. It's like a second and it lasts for a while. So you don't even have to really hold it down. Let me see something.
Sheer power!
You have to hold it down for like a second. That's it. That's pretty darn cool.
ready for another.
Enemies are reeled in by nether needle and tangled up in the thread. That is cool. Because you're just not pulling them in. You're kind of like stunning them, tangling them up. So that might actually help and make this attack better. More bearable.
Sheer power!
Ready for another.
That's cool. Enemies tangled up in thread take extra damage from scissor attack. So hit them with your needle. Then you cut them with their scissors. That's pretty much what that does. We'll demonstrate all this in a second or two.
Hyperactive!
Ready for another.
After an enemy becomes entangled, an explosion occurs, doing extra damage. So this path is really good. If you just had the upgrade without all this stuff, I wouldn't like it. I probably wouldn't even use it. But the fact that it tangles, does an explosion, you can hit them with your scissors at the same time, pretty darn good.
Sheer power!
Love it.
Ready for it.
Hold X and press A to walk on the titanium scissors like stilts, damaging everything in your path. I do not like, never liked, when you have to push 2 buttons to do a move. And this would be that case. So X and A, X and A. Especially if you're playing Xbox and it's X and B, they're not right next to each other. X and A is doable.
Trim and trim! Sheer power! Live on the edge!
Okay, that's kind of hard to do. You actually have to
Trim and trim!
stop. You have to hold X, press down A, and let go of A.
Sheer power!
So you actually don't have to hold down A while you're walking around on the stilts. Then he does a little finishing move, which is really cool. So I have a feeling he's going to be pretty darn powerful. Let's do some gameplay, see what he does.
Live on the edge. Grim and Trill.
So you said.
What shall we do? Let's do this one. I'll try to use that thread a lot so you guys can see the top path in action. Because I pretty much demonstrate everything else, but that you can't really demonstrate.
For some super damage football!
You can't really demonstrate that in the training ground, so. Scoop. Tag on.
Don't let the enemy pick up the ball!
Grim and Trill. Hyperactive. Sheer power.
Wow, this is going to be tough. I do like this path a lot more than I thought I would. It even tangles up the bigger enemies like him. Ice cream, I believe? Usually moves like that don't. So that's really impressive that it does.
Challenge?
Usually moves like that only take out or can stun these smaller enemies.
Don't take it down!
Oh no. Oh no.
Hyperactive.
Try jumping over the shockwaves or get any platform!
No.
Wrong. That is not how you get it done.
That's how we get it done. Anyways, that's the top path. I showed off the needle attacks pretty well. Check out my next video. We're going to check out his bottom path. That's it for this video. Adios.